Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a kick-ass week. Today we're going to be talking about raising the bar because that raises your outcome. And what the fuck does that even mean? So really, it's very interesting how we can approach life and we don't even recognize it, right? Like we've all got our big hopes, our big dreams. You think about your business. I mean, I see this all the time. All the time. I've been coaching for quite a long time now. I've been in business for nearly a decade and in sales for 15, I don't even know how many years now. And it's fascinating because no matter what it is that we're going after in life, what it is that we're looking to achieve, attain, create, whatever that is, most people don't see it through to the end. Most people, they have the big dream in their heart. They say that, yeah, I want to make the 10K months, or I want to have $1 million business, or I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to, break my sales record, whatever it is, whatever that is. They've got that goal. It's not that we're short on goals, guys. Y'all got some goal that you've been holding on to for a really long time, but you're not hitting it. So why don't we hit them? And I can tell you that 99.99999% of the time, it's happening because we're allowing an old limiting belief, an old story to play out in our head and take control. So we self-sabotage ourselves because there's some kind of fear in the way. We're scared about something going on when we change in that fashion. Now, I talk about quite frequently how your mind works, right? The egoic mind, that part of yourself that is still very much driven by survival. There's not a bad thing. Again, this is keeping you from going out and getting hit by a car when you cross the street. This is keeping you alive when certain situations come up. It's a good thing. We want to have that part of our brain. So, don't crap all over the ego. I know everybody's like, oh, my fucking ego. If only I didn't have my ego. Truth is, if you didn't have your ego, you wouldn't care about any of this. You would not care about the physical plane of existence because you would have complete remembrance of the true infinite potential of your spirit, of your soul, your connection to universal consciousness. You would have all of that, and you'd be like, why am I wasting my time in this existence when it's temporary? So it's important that we have the ego because it makes us care about staying alive. It makes us care about this reality. So it's very important. However, it's also key that we recognize that the fear component there, it's helping you to grow. It's forcing you to face your fears. It's forcing you to really identify what's going on underneath the surface so that you can expand into the next evolution of you. And that is when we have all of that sense of like, holy fuck, I did it. Like against the odds, against everything that was out there against me. Like I fucking did it. And that is some powerful stuff right there, right? Because who would care if you were a millionaire if you just were like, I'm going to make $1 million and it popped out in front of you? I mean, that cool, but like it wouldn't be meaningful, right? It's the stuff that's meaningful that we care about. Same thing with, weight loss or anything else. Like, yes, it would be really cool if it happened like that, but it doesn't. And that's why it's really meaningful when we accomplish these goals, when we do the things that we didn't even think we could do, when we expand our belief system on what we believe is out there and what we believe is attainable for us. And the only thing that ever gets in the way of us getting to the next level is us. We set the bar lower because it's almost better not to dream and fail. That's how most of us feel, right? I mean, if you take a really hard look in the mirror, it's probably ringing true on some level. I'm not saying on the conscious level. On the conscious level, you want all the things. You want the great relationship. You want the house. You want the travel. You want the, what the fuck ever it is that you want. You have desires. But sometimes we lower the bar to go, you know what? This is all I'm ever going to be, or I'm not going to be able to do that, or that's too hard, or that, whatever story we're telling ourselves, whatever bullshit that we're allowing to run through our minds, we allow it to slow us down. And we let it get in the way. Sometimes you might even be brave enough to take that first step. But then, oh my God, this is really scary. And so we pull back instead of going all in. We kind of go one toe in and then go, oh, the pool is freezing fucking cold. Screw that shit. And we pull the foot back out. And we go, I'll try again later. But then you just put another toe in and the water's still cold, right? And we have to recognize that until you are all in, until you jump in that cold water and allow yourself to acclimatize to it and realize that actually it's quite refreshing when you give it a chance, until you get to that point, nope, not going to have any real lasting change. You're just going to keep dabbling. You're going to keep putting your toe in the water, and you're not going to go anywhere with it. You're not going to go further. So it's really important that we recognize that. And part of that is recognizing what are you settling for? That's really not bringing you a full sense of joy in your life. That's not really helping you to expand into your next level. Hi, Billy. Fail forward. Failure reveals lessons that can be leveraged into greatness. Yes. Thank you so much for that comment. That is so powerful. And I think we all need to remember that, because it's not about succeeding on the first go. In fact, the most successful people out there have failed more than the rest of us. That's what it comes down to. I mean, if you think of Edison, for example, I think he had 1,000 failures before he created the light bulb that worked. So it's really important that we recognize that, never giving up, really being committed to the path until you succeed, no matter how long it takes, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter how expensive that is, like pushing through that threshold of discomfort. Most of us don't do that, though. Most people will hold back because it's just too uncomfortable, because there's too much uncertainty, and it's easier to hold on to a life that's less than it is to push through that discomfort to go to that next level, to really evolve who we are. And that's challenging, right? It's really challenging to live that. It's challenging to watch somebody else live that. So we really need to recognize that we can have gratitude for where we are. And I think that's absolutely crucial. If you hate where you are in your life right now, nothing's ever going to make you satisfied. We have to make peace with where we're at and find the good in it. It's very important that we enjoy the moment, because otherwise you'll always be chasing is what most overachievers do. And it doesn't bring you satisfaction and fulfillment. What we need to do is find gratitude for now while being hungry for the next level, with finding what is unacceptable about the here and now that is going to propel us forward. And it's always that internal work that we have to do. We have to go in and we need to figure out, what is not working for me right now. And a lot of that's going to be your belief system. What is holding you back? What beliefs do you have about yourself or the world, your environment, your coworkers, your employees, whatever it is for you? What's going on internally that is holding you back, that you're allowing to stop you? These things are really important. I know I've told you guys this before. Years and years and years ago, I realized that every time I went to launch a new program, that I would have basically a panic attack when nobody immediately signed up, and then I would stop marketing. And that was because I had this fear that if I gave it my all and I still failed, then I'd really be a failure. Then I'd be like the laughing stock of the world, and I wouldn't be able to live with myself. And I had to face that fear and get over it to realize that, had nothing to do with me, had to do with the fact that most everybody buys at the last flipping minute. And I didn't know that because I'd never had the courage to see through a launch the whole way through and be really all in. So we have to face our fears. And that doesn't mean that you're going to win every time you face your fears either. I could have gotten to the end of that and figured out, oh, shit, yeah, I did. And nobody signed up. Crap. But I would have learned something. You only learn something when you go all in, right? If you learn something at the end of it, it really isn't failing. You're like, oh, okay, guess my marketing strategies don't work. Guess I need to get some more tools in my tool bag. All right, let's dust off, pick myself up, and try again. So we really need to approach things with a curiosity. Act like a scientist a little bit. Have a hypothesis. Have your thesis, and you go into it, and you discover through trying what actually works and what doesn't, and you grow from it, and then you tweak it and you tweak it and you tweak it and you refine it as you go. So these things are absolutely crucial to your development as a human being, as a business owner, for your success, both personally and professionally. These things are huge. So I really encourage you to take a look at what's going on in there and hold yourself accountable. Raise the standard. Like, for example, if you had something like me where you were like, I crap out on my launches, hold yourself to seeing it through. If you have given up on every diet you've ever gone on, hold yourself to seeing it through. Do these things that will inevitably lead to your success or your learning something about yourself, because it's the only way through. Is we have to be facing it. And that is when we get the results. And it may not be immediate, right? We're in a society of instant gratification, right? If you're bored, you can turn on Netflix. If you're hungry, you can go microwave something. We have these things that are just like instant gratification, but the truly meaningful things in life they don't come at the snap of your fingers. They come through persistence, through dedication, through seeing it through failure and learning and adaptation. These things are absolutely crucial. So I encourage you to look at an area where you've got a big goal and it's been there for a long time, burning in your heart, burning in your soul, and you know how fulfilling this would be to see through, and that you will commit to it. You're going to set a date, you're going to mark it on your calendar, you're going to hold yourself accountable, and you're going to go through it, and you're going to learn through it, and you're going to grow through it. And parts of it are going to work, and parts of it might not. And it doesn't matter. You're going to learn, and then you're going to tweak, and then you're going to keep going. And that is how you get successful in your life, in your business, in all areas. All right? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. We'll talk again soon. Bye.